Shadow, you
So this
the
nigga
man.
Ben McLemore is out here just R-ing women, and he got sentenced to like 10 years for that shit. So let's tap in and see what the fuck happened. And it's crazy. I used to play with this nigga on 2K.
8 years and 4 months. That's how long Ben McLemore will be in prison.
Fuck. 8 years, bro. Fuck. Like, why are these niggas ruining their lives, bro? Like, what the
Also
fuck?
have to register as a sex offender and have no contact with the victim.
She didn't show no signs of distress it didn't give me no signs at all.
Yeah, right, nigga. This nigga's cap. Still
Ben Edward McLemore III, born February 11th, 1993.
Alright, I'm gonna speed this video up a little bit. Let me see. Let's do like 1.5.
A story on Ben McLemore before, back when his NBA career had already stalled out and it became clear that
Yeah, isn't it crazy how this is the second like falling off video that this guy is doing about Ben McLemore? Like, you fall off in the league and then you fall off in life. Like, fuck.
the promise he once carried into the league wouldn't be fulfilled. But this moment, his 2025 conviction and 8-year prison sentence calls for something deeper. Not just a rehash of what went wrong on the court, but a chance to use his story to show young hoopers what this game can turn into if you lose focus. Fame, money, power, and women can come fast. But
if you're this is what happens when you're a fucking idiot. Like,
understanding who you've become and the responsibility that comes with it that often lags behind. Ben McLemore is 32 years old, a top 10 pick, a millionaire, a father, and still he put himself into a situation that now defines his life more than any dunk, any buzzer beater, or any comeback attempt ever could.
Literally, niggas spent his whole life hooping, and now he's not even known for that. Now every time niggas think Ben McLemore, they think rapist. Like, what are we doing, bro?
As athletes, you have to grow into men fast and stay aware of the rooms you walk into, the decisions you make, and the people around you. All that potential doesn't protect you from real-world consequences when you fail to read the moment or understand what's truly at stake. This isn't about blaming the league or even blaming his past. This is about a pattern. Poor decisions, poor judgment, and poor self-awareness that
Yeah, y'all know what I be saying, bro. I be trying to be as careful as possible when it comes to, like, all this extra shit, you feel me? Because you never know, gang, and people will take you down for no reason, deadass. Like, deadass.
His career long before this conviction, and that's why we're here again, because if you strip away the basketball part, what's left is a man who never quite figured out how to handle the weight of who he was. He never developed the instincts necessary to match his physical gifts with maturity, purpose, or vision. His NBA story ended years ago, but the downfall didn't stop there. He didn't grow, he didn't evolve, and now he's gone from the court to a prison cell for the rest of his 30s and well past.
Which is crazy, bro. This is so crazy. Like, this is literally like a millionaire NBA type, like, little kids used to pretend to be him in 2K type shit. Like, I just don't understand how niggas ruin their lives so fast.
His playing days, convicted of a serious crime with life-altering consequences. That doesn't erase what made him a top pick. It just highlights how fragile success is when your mind isn't ready to carry it. So today, we'll go over what...
I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep pausing it, but two, just with the NBA, it's one of those things where it's like, alright, you can't force your way in there, right? The only way you get in the league is if somebody puts you in it. So it's like, no matter how hard you work, it doesn't matter if nobody puts you in. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know, bro. You can't even control it for real.
Made Ben McLemore a bust NBA player, but more importantly, how his story became a living warning for young athletes chasing the dream. The game can take you far, but the decisions you make will always have the final say. What happened? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, but that's generic ass advice. Like, of course the game can take you anywhere. Anything can take you anywhere. But nigga, if you're an idiot, you're gonna fucking lose all that shit. So just be smart with what you're doing. You feel me? Like,
everyone that's requested this feature, it's your boy JC Stunning Growth. Let's get him. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next.
Like and subscribe.
Ben McLemore was a 6'3" shooting guard from St. Louis, Missouri, known early for his smooth shooting stroke and explosive athleticism.
Yeah.
Raised in a tough environment with limited resources, he emerged as a top prospect thanks to his raw talent and work ethic. Bouncing around multiple high schools and prep programs, McLemore eventually landed at the University of Kansas, where he redshirted due to eligibility issues, but broke out the following season. During the 2012-13 college season, he averaged 15.9 points per game on nearly 50% shooting, drawing comparisons to Ray Allen for his form and effortless release. Scouts saw him
2012, 2013, I remember thinking this nigga was like lit. I was like, oh yeah, he a hooper for real. Like, he gets a bucket.
As a high upside two guard who could stretch the floor and run the break, and by the time the 2013 NBA draft came around, McLemore was a lock lottery pick. He was taken 7th overall by the Sacramento Kings, expected to be one of the foundational pieces to their long overdue rebuild, but the hype didn't last.
Damn, 2013, was it really that long ago? Fuck, guys, are we old? Like, what the fuck?
Stunt number one-dimensional from the start. Ben McLemore entered the league with a reputation that didn't quite match the reality of his game. He was hyped as a smooth athlete with shooting potential, but from day one, it became clear his tool bag was shallow. At the NBA level, that exposure was immediate. He wasn't a ball handler.
Yeah, he needed handles, bro. He didn't have no... If he would have had Kyrie-like handles, he definitely would have had a longer career in the league.
couldn't create his own shot, and he had no feel for how to operate within an offense if the ball wasn't swung directly to him for a catch and shoot look. Yes, he was athletic, and yes, his jumper looked good, but even in his once supposed specialty, shooting, he was inconsistent. Over his career, he shot just 36.3% from 3. Respectable, but not game-changing. He had one year where he hit 40% from deep over 71 games, but those nights were rare and unpredictable. What's worse is that because he brought nothing else to the floor, his shooting had to be elite just to keep him in the rotation. It wasn't. His game lacked versatility.
I don't know, but like I said, shit, in 2K, they did this nigga right. I'm not gonna lie. He was one of my favorite players to use on 2K, bro. Because that nigga he hit that shit every time.
Post footwork, no mid-range creation, no pick and roll reads, and no slashing instincts. He didn't defend well enough to stay on the floor when his shot wasn't falling, and he didn't rebound or move the ball either. The disappointment came early. Watching him operate was like a scorer without the skills to actually score at a high level. Once defenses adjusted and his shot wasn't falling, there was nothing else for him to turn to, and that's what separated him from other young guards who struggled early. Many of them expanded their game, studied film, developed new counters, or carved out niche roles. McLemore didn't. He stayed in the same lane, wait for the ball, try to knock down threes. That only works if you're one of the best at it, and he simply wasn't.
Yeah.
Stunt number 2, never earned a true NBA role.
I mean, I wouldn't say all that though. I feel like he had a good role in Sacramento.
Ultimately sunk Ben McLemore's NBA career wasn't just a lack of skill, it was that he never earned a true role on any team he played for. From the moment Sacramento drafted him, expectations were high, but the direction was unclear. The Kings were rebuilding again, and McLemore was supposed to be an important piece to that foundation. But instead of being developed within a defined structure, he was thrown into the mix and told to figure it out. He never did. He started 55 games as a rookie, 82 the next season, but none of it stuck. His numbers were hollow, his defense shaky, and his shooting streaky. He wasn't efficient enough to be a sniper, creative enough to be a six-man, or locked in enough
defensively. So basically he was just ass. So let's fast forward a little bit.
To lean on. So when the shots stopped falling, so did his spot in the league. Stunt number 3, poor judgment off the court.
Alright. This is basically the most important thing. I don't know why this nigga waited till the end of the video to put it there, but yeah, he's just a fucking idiot.
Even if Ben McLemore had quietly faded out the league, his story might have still felt like a typical NBA journey. Unrealized potential, but nothing out the ordinary. But his July...
Yeah, he got a good, like 8 years in it? 6-7 years in the league? That's good.
2025 conviction for scrape changed everything. Not just because it marked the lowest point of his life, but because it confirmed what had already been the hidden theme of his career. Poor decision making. And this time, it wasn't missing a defensive rotation or taking a bad shot. It was something far more serious, with real-world consequences. McLemore was given 100 months in Oregon State Prison after being found guilty of first-degree scrape, unlawful sexual penetration, and second-degree sexual abuse stemming from a 2021 incident at a teammate's party in Lake Oswego.
A teammate's party? Like, bro, like, gang, what the fuck happened? Like, how did it get so bad?
Prosecutors argued that the victim had been incapacitated by alcohol, and McLemore, at 28 years old at the time, made a conscious choice that destroyed lives. He was acquitted of one charge, but the jury still found enough to convict on the others. A 32-year-old former lottery pick now serving an 8-year sentence. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a devastating lack of awareness, control, or accountability. By then, McLemore had already been...
So she was like drunk and he did it to her anyways? Like, it's fucking disgusting, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Out the NBA for over a year, his overseas career had stalled, and instead of using that time to reset, refocus, or begin a new chapter, he became another cautionary tale, one that went beyond basketball.
That's what I'm saying, nigga. Like, you could have went into stocks, you could have went into real estate, you could have did all of this. Like, literally, it's never that serious, bro. Even, I literally can't even understand it, bro.
Young athletes, this should be the most sobering part of the story. It's not enough to have talent. It's not enough to survive the league. You have to protect your name, your future, and the people around you. McLemore didn't, and now his legacy is sealed in the worst way possible. All in all, Ben McLemore's story is no longer just about a failed NBA career. It's about a man who never truly grew into the responsibility that came with his platform. Drafted 7th overall, blessed with athleticism and a clean shooting form, he had every chance to succeed. But a limited skill set, lack of growth, and poor decision-making slowly pushed him out the league. What came after was far worse. His 2025 conviction didn't come out of nowhere. It followed a pattern of underestimating consequences and overestimating who he thought he could be without doing the work. McLemore had time, money, and second chances, but none of it mattered.
Feel me? Yeah, and a second chance. Playing overseas and shit. And you still can't figure it out? Gang, I'm sorry, bro. At that point, it's like, I don't really have no sympathy for you, bro. You gotta figure that shit out. Like, literally, just live in the gym. Like how, you feel me? How niggas used to be.
In the end, this isn't just about basketball. It's about choices.
It's not like you have a job you need to go to and clock in, right?
Wrong ones cost him everything the game once gave him. Salute, much respect. But for these reasons, his growth on and off the court was stunning. Boy, JC Stunning Growth. I'm out.
God damn, bro. That shit sucks. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I hate seeing black people like fuck up, but at the same time, it's like, nigga, like, you doing the fucking most. Like, calm the fuck down.